As the sun shines on all of my glory, my flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to Locs, Lux Lifestyle. Welcome back to another video. So I am back with another retwist with me. I'm going to be retwisting my locks today. I know they look a little different than how they looked in the past. I will have the video for this style. It'll probably be posted before this video goes up, so I will link that down in the description box. So today I'm going to be trying out, kind of doing a review on the Style Factor Loc Booster Loctician Gold. I actually reviewed the original Loc Booster Loctician back in maybe October, and I absolutely loved it. And then I recently collabed with Style Factor a few months ago, and they sent me some more of their products to try out. And so this is the only one that I haven't had a chance to try out yet. I also did a video telling you guys all about my favorite retwisting gel, and I let you guys know in that video that my next retwist, we will be trying this. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Again, this is Style Factor Loc Booster Loctician Gold. It's basically an elevated version of the original Loctician. So far, I like the Loc Booster line and all of their retwisting products, so I'm excited to see how this one is going to work. As far as my retwist today, I'm going to be keeping it really simple, no style or anything. We're just doing a basic retwist. I already washed my hair, conditioned it, also oiled it. I'll probably add a little bit more oil to it, but yeah, I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we're gonna get started on this process. So jumping right into it, you guys know I always start retwisting my hair from the back and working my way up. So I'm just pulling all of my hair up out of the way, and I'm gonna start in that bottom row. And I'm also gonna oil each row as I move up. So here is a close-up of the product. It is a pomade. Although it's a pomade, it's still fairly light, not super heavy or tacky. Compared to the original Loctician, I would say that they are both very similar in texture and consistency, but I do feel like the original Loctician is just slightly heavier, very slightly, but they are very similar. But for the most part, this Loctician Gold that I'm using today, it was fairly easy to work with, to smooth throughout my hair, and a little goes a long way. So just a few details about the Loctician Gold according to the packaging. It is a pomade formulated with biotin and natural castor oil, effortlessly styles and secures your seamless look in place. It fine-tunes details, controls loose hair, and elevates the shiny finish of your braids, twists, locks, or the hairstyles you desire. And it sustains secure hold for all hair types. So you guys see me retwist my hair all the time here on my channel, but if this is your first time watching, when I retwist, I pretty much do a combination of palm rolling and locksmithing, nothing overly complicated or special, and I mainly focus on my roots. When I get to my hairline, I will kind of, not necessarily pull out hair, but map out how I like my edges and baby hairs and sideburns to lay. I will not retwist all of that hair. But I recently got a comment, and the commenter was asking like why I only retwist like my roots and not the entire lock. And that is because once your locks reach a certain level of maturity, you really don't need to palm roll the entire lock. I'm mainly focusing where my hair is loose at and where it needs to kind of be trying to mesh with the other parts of my lock. Also, if you like thicker locks, I would not recommend retwisting like all the way down the lock shaft, because all you're doing is compressing the hair, and when you compress the hair, you will make the lock tighter and smaller. But at the end of the day, it is all about preference, and this is the method that works for me. I've been pretty much retwisting my hair like this since I started my lock journey almost 3 years ago. But yeah, y'all, this was the longest I went without a retwist. I typically retwist about every 6 weeks, and this time I went 11 weeks, and so many of my locks were starting to marry. It was crazy. So, I mean, I enjoyed having like the no retwist look, but I don't think I will go this long again, only because I just felt like this retwist was, I don't want to say it was hard, but I just don't like trying to separate my locks like that, because you definitely want to be careful. You don't want to rip it apart, and it was a bit too much for me. But the no retwist for a few months, it was definitely fun, but I'm for sure gonna get back on my 6-week routine. But here is how the retwist is coming along. To be completely honest, I feel like a lot of the products in the Loc Booster line work very similarly. I don't have any complaints. I personally like this line, so you guys see me use these products a lot in my videos. But yeah, they all kind of work the same. In my video where I talked about all my different retwisting products, I said that the spider grip was my favorite. And I still think that the spider grip is my favorite. Again, they all work similar, but something about the spider grip I just kind of prefer over the Loctician and the Loctician Gold. But we're almost done with the retwist. I was curious to see like how the retwist would be with these curly ends, if it would be harder with the hair getting in my way. And it was pretty simple. I mean, it wasn't that much different. I do feel like just working with longer hair and having extra hair, it just tends to get in the way, but it wasn't anything that was like unbearable or necessarily hard to work with. It was more so just an adjustment dealing with more hair. So here is how everything looks after everything has been retwisted. Now, it was hot this day when I was retwisting, y'all, so I do feel like my roots were sweating out as I was retwisting, but for the most part, I think the results came out really good. So to finish this style up, I'm going to go in with my Nairobi styling foam, and I just like to spread this throughout my hair just to further set the retwist. And then I'm just going to go in with some wrapping paper to tie all of that down. Now, ideally, after I retwist, I'll either sit under my hooded dryer or I will use my blow drying cap. But like I said, it was so hot this day when I was retwisting my hair, and I personally hate sitting under the dryer in the heat. Like, it's unbearable to me. So I did not sit under the dryer, but I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, so my hair was freshly washed, but it wasn't wet. So usually after I wash my hair, I'll allow it to air dry for a little bit before I do my retwist. So my hair was more so damp, it wasn't dripping wet, so that's why I kind of got away without sitting under the dryer. And I ended up leaving my clips in overnight because I was just hot and sweating, and I just did not want to mess up this retwist. So I slept in my clips, and then the following morning I took the clips out and I just kind of went over some areas with the blow dryer just to make sure everything was completely dry, and everything was dry for the most part. But ideally it is better to sit under the dryer, but y'all, I just can't do the dryer in the heat. But yeah, this is how the retwist came out, y'all. I forgot to film like an official clip. I forgot that I was even doing a retwist with me video. So I'm taking out my clips while I was vlogging. That's why the setup kind of changed, because I had to use the clips from my vlog. But this is how it came out. But I'm just touching up my edges and fluffing out the curls, just playing with it, getting it to flow like I like it. But all in all, I do think that this was a pretty good retwist. Now, as far as like the hold, so I retwisted my hair and then I went out of the country like a few days later, and I was in Jamaica where it was very hot and humid, and this retwist did not hold up in that heat and humidity. I was swimming and stuff like that, so I'm sure that added to it. But yeah, this retwist did not last very long. On vacation, I ended up having to kind of do a soft retwist along my hairline, and then when I came back, I just ended up washing my hair. So I am gonna try the Loctician Gold again in my natural settings to see how it holds up. But overall, I do think it's a good product. If you're interested in trying it, I would recommend it. I would honestly recommend any of the retwisting products from the Loc Booster line. Like I said, the spider grip is my favorite, but they all work pretty well. That is pretty much it for this video. If you want more details about these curly ends, I will link that video down below, but that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media platforms, and I'll see you beautiful people in my next video. Bye. Wow.